Hi you guys, it's Jennifer and welcome back to Busy Being Jen. I'm here today to talk about Angellift, which I'm sure you've seen videos about. This is a product, it's a device that goes in your mouth, and in most cases people talk about it being used for creating a fuller look to your lips. And I've been using this for a little over a month now, and I wanted to let you know how it's going. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain how Angellift works. I'm going to actually demonstrate how to put it in. I'll show you that. I have before and after pictures for you. I've linked everything. I've linked where you can take a look at this product in the description box. But there's one very important thing I want to share with you at the end of the video, so I hope you'll hang with me for that. All right, so the Angellift device, actually, let me just show you what it looks like. It comes with two, and it's just this little piece of medical grade hypoallergenic hydrogel, which is kind of a firm but flexible material. And there are different kinds that you can get. The website, when you go over there, has a quiz that you can take, and it'll ask you a lot of different questions because they have 4 different kinds. One of them helps to address nasal labial folds, another one for marionette lines, another one for vertical lines above your upper lip, and then another one that helps to create volume for your lips. So as we age, we often notice that our lips appear to be smaller, and we think, I know I did, just thought that I was losing volume in my lips. And while that might be true to some extent, the bigger issue really is that our lips tend to roll under as we age. And so I guess it was noticed in adults who had had braces that just having something on the teeth that applied a gentle pressure to the lips caused the lips to kind of roll back out. So this is not a product that's going to make your lips voluminous if you've never had very full lips to begin with, and I never did, but I still noticed that I was losing more and more volume, that less and less of my lips were showing. And so the idea is that you wear this and it helps to put this pressure that then turns the lips back out the way they were when you were younger. So let me explain to you how you use this. Like I said, this comes with a set of 2. You take this, and the idea is you put it in. I'll show you in a second. You actually put it in and kind of stick it up as far as you can under your lip, and then the corners of it will sort of lodge up there, and then the device itself will drop down a little bit so it sits over your teeth. So let me show you this. So the corners are kind of lodged up here a little bit, and then the rest of it has dropped down and is sitting over my teeth. Okay, so now I've taken that out. What you do after you put it in is that you just rest for 15 to 30 minutes. You're not supposed to use the facial muscles in any way. No laughing, no talking, no smiling. You shouldn't be eating or drinking anything. You might just think, well, shouldn't I just wear it at night when I sleep? That was my first thought, but they really recommend that you don't do that. It could come loose. I suppose you could choke on it. So you're really just supposed to use it at a time when you can just relax, reading a book, watching TV, cooking dinner, whatever, and just leave it in there for 15 to 30 minutes. So when I first put it in, I was reading the directions, and it said, put it in place and then wait 30 seconds to see how it feels. And I did not understand why they put that in there. I thought, why not just say, leave it in for 15 to 30 minutes? I discovered why they put it in there when I tried it on the bottom. So I wore it on the top for 30 minutes. It was fine. You don't really feel the pressure. You kind of forget about it after a while. But then I put it in on the bottom, and you push it down as far as it will go. And then the like I said before, the corners kind of lodge in place, and then it moves up a little bit. And I experienced it was excruciating pain. I could not, my hands were shaking. I could not get this thing out of my mouth fast enough because it was really tender. And so I thought, man, I'm not going to be able to use this on my lower lip, and I really need to. So I tried again the next day. Same thing. Then I gave it a break. I thought, okay, I'm not going to be able to use it. So for about 2 or 3 days, I didn't use it at all on the lower lip. And so then I thought, I'm going to give it a try again. And you know what? I was able to keep it in for like a minute. So then I took it out, and the next day I used it again for a minute. And next thing you know, I was up to 5 minutes, and now I can put it in and I just forget about it. So I had some level of sensitivity that apparently a lot of people do, that made it so that I had to kind of desensitize the area so before I was able to use it consistently. So the company says that you're supposed to see your results within a month. And then at that point, you kind of use it for maintenance. You put it in 2 or 3 days a week. And so if you're going to try to get volume in your upper and lower lip, you would put 30 minutes on the top, 30 minutes on the bottom. So I took my before picture, and then 1 month and 3 days later, I took my after picture. So let me go ahead and put these up for you so we can talk about, what we see here. I just want to say, try to ignore my before picture. My lip was chapped, and it's pretty noticeable. But anyway, here are the pictures. So I definitely noticed that there is some additional volume in my lips, both upper and lower, not huge and drastic. But the thing that I can tell, not only can I see it in the pictures, but I can feel it when I touch my lips, is that my Cupid's bow around the upper part of my lip is much more defined. I can definitely see that. Also, if you look just above my upper lip and just below my lower lip, it looks like there's more like there's more flesh, like it's got more volume in that area. So the philtrum, which is the skin that goes between the base of your nose and the top of your lip, that area seems to be more full and less straight up and down. And so I really am noticing a difference. Now, I thought the volume you get after a month is all you get. But I did watch an Instagram video where a woman showed her results after using it for a year, and she had some pretty significant results. So it is my intention to continue using this. And so I'm going to do another video at the 3-month mark, and probably another one after that, some distance of time after that, so that we can see if there's a certain point at which there has to be a certain point at which it stops providing volume for you. But I'm planning to use it on a regular basis. I'm using it almost every single day. And it really doesn't even bother me anymore. I kind of forget that I have it in. So this last piece of information is about their return policy, because I did a lot of research about this, and I read that most people who wrote reviews said that they had positive results, but there were a few people that said it didn't work for them. I looked it up, and Angellift says that they do have a return policy. Take a look at that. Go over to their website and take a look at that. And keep this in mind, because the return policy is only for the first 30 days. So I would say take your before picture, then try it out for 3 weeks, take an after picture. If you're not starting to see results, then you might decide that you want to return it, but there's some very specific things you have to do. So you also might decide to send it back if you just can't get over the sensitivity issue. But they say that you have to return the product in its original packaging. So this came to me in a shipping box that was Angellift shipping box. Inside that, there was another Angellift box, and inside that was this little case that has these two things in it. So you want to make sure that you return everything so that you can get your money back on this. They also say that they charge a handling fee of $10. So of course you would get reimbursed up to within $10 of what you paid for it. So, but check that out. You want to make sure that you've got all the details correct on the return policy in case it doesn't work for you. I've linked some other great content for you right here on the screen. So I hope you'll keep watching my videos on Busy Being Jen. Thanks for watching, you guys, and we'll see you again. Take care.